It's the Wait for It Seattle podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm
Brian,
Brian, yeah.
are you the Seatown sports guy?
Thank you, Kev. Thank you. What a moment. Just to kick us off before we get into some subject matter. I went to the Mariners opening day and walked into the stadium, and one of the Mariners workers, a young man, I should have asked him his name so I could shout him out, but if he sees this clip, just put it in the comments and we'll send you a fictional shirt that we haven't created yet. He goes, "Are you the Seatown sports guy?" Just a random stranger. Never met the guy in my life. I was with my son. And it was such a moment, Kev.
Did your son think you were cool, or was he embarrassed for?
No,
you?
Felix was not embarrassed. Felix was like,
"Yeah."
He goes,
"That's
"Did
my
that
dad."
just happen?" That was his response. Like, "Did that just happen? What?" He was like, he was shocked. He was like, "What's going on right now?" Kev, this is, the listeners will know how big this is because it distracted me so much because I was like, I didn't engage. I just said, yeah, that's cool. Whatever. I should have asked him his name. I should have talked to him. We were just trying to get in the game, right?
Yeah.
Because my original motivation was I wanted to be there to see the AL West banner get unveiled. I wanted all the intro, but I also wanted, as everybody knows, my magnetic schedule.
You got it.
No,
and you got
Kev,
more than that.
Listen, hold on.
Wait,
I did get it. So things are okay. We're okay, everybody.
Okay.
But I go in the right field entrance. We always go right field. No one ever goes there. It's awesome. We were sitting actually in the left field line, 300 level, but we go in the right field and there's like an immediate right ramp that goes up. Okay. But if you go left, you go into the 100 level. And when you go left, that's where they hand out the promotions. If you go right, you're not getting a promotion. So we just started going right. Yeah. And then I checked my phone and my beautiful, wonderful wife, Dana, had said, "Did you get your magnetic schedule?" And I was like, "Oh God." So I go back and this was kind of weird. They're just sitting on the table, just laying there. There's nobody handing them out. There's no fanfare. I could have grabbed more than one. I did not. I grabbed one. I wanted to share the wealth. I just need one for my fridge to feel great. So, I mean, besides losing the game and it being pretty freaking cold.
Yeah.
I'm
frigid.
I'm happy to talk about concessions at some point, but I also have a planned visit in a couple weeks to try multiple things to review on the pod. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you're officially like, if someone recognized you in public as the Seatown sports guy, I mean, I guess a lot of your former students will know you as Mr. Eldner, but at least one person in the Seattle area knows you as the Seatown sports guy. So congratulations.
That's amazing.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
This is number 89. This is the Doug Baldwin episode.
The Brian Blades episode.
Brian Blades. That's like a Seahawk.
It was one of my favorites.
Probably in a very old video game. Sega Genesis.
I mean, yeah. He was
93?
No, he was.
I don't know how old he is.
He was the 80s. He was the other guy with with Largent, and I loved him. I thought he was great. Him and Joey Galloway, those are my dudes, and they both were kind of problematic for different reasons, but that's okay. I'm sure there's other 89s. Do they have an 89 right now?
God,
I can't name one. It'd be a tight end. It'd be like the third tight end or something, but I don't think they do they?
No. I mean, I don't. Google Gemini does not tell me anything. So
do the Mariners? That was a weird laugh by me. Have the Mariners ever had an 89?
Oh, Will Dissly was 89.
I liked him. He's great.
Baseball players rarely wear high numbers like 89. No significant player in Mariners history is widely recognized for wearing this number.
The Mariners stop. Yeah, they had an 88. Cooper Criswell, who is on the team this year.
Yeah,
but and they got some 90s ones that we can talk about later.
We shouldn't hold ourselves to jersey numbers. We can talk about years now. We're in 1989.
Griffey's rookie year.
Steve Largent also played his final NFL season in 1989.
Sonics with Nate McMillan at point guard the year before Gary Payton came. Yeah, 89 Huskies were pretty solid football team, right? That's right before the championship years and the Rose Bowls. Yeah, 89 was a good year. Good year. Kev, I want to do a little segment called the Lead Off, where we lead off with something just kind of on our mind. You want to spread it out. It does not have to do with the fact that we're both wearing glasses tonight. That'll tell you what time of day as I'm drinking some tea here.
So you won't yawn.
I'm trying. I usually don't. It's usually you, Kev. The drinking game does not have me yawning. Mine has to do with the Mariners and their streaming system. or their streaming options, their TV dilemma, for lack of a better way of saying it. Okay. So to set context, a lot of people know, but Mariners Root Sports goes away. Major League Baseball takes it over. The Mariners and Root Sports are sort of still operating as like the people who put on the broadcast. So like Brad Adam and Angie Mentick are still there. Ryan Roland Smith and Aaron Goldsmith. It
feels the same.
Totally, right? Feels the same. Okay. So that's all good. But with Major League Baseball controlling it, some sort of negotiation, we didn't know what channel the Mariners would be on Fubo or Comcast until opening day, like the day of the game. Okay. So that's part of the context. I have YouTube TV, or that's what I use. Thank you to my sister for paying for it. And they don't have that channel on YouTube TV. So I knew I had to buy Mariners TV, $100 for the year. Great investment. I did that
as well.
A great investment. Yeah. I watch literally, not literally. I almost watch every game. Like I watch almost every inning. My family loves it and hates it. They're just like, can we watch something else? I'm like, we can't. I'm sorry. This is what we're doing.
Sorry. Jose Ferrer is making his debut for the Mariners.
Jose Ferrer is walking people. I need to watch this. We'll talk so much more about the Mariners. But the Twitter sphere, the social media outrage was very boomer coded. Okay.
Yeah.
How do I find my Mariners? On what channel do I find this game, this magical game, right? Hold on. I'm not done. I'll let you respond. I promise. I want your response to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Then out of the first 4 games, when people had finally figured it out, Friday night was on Apple TV and then Sunday night was on Peacock. Okay. So 2 of the first 4 games, people are like, I can't even watch it on my Mariners TV. That's my boomer voice.
Yeah.
I'm not a boomer, by the way. And I was talking to some friends about this. I don't feel bad for people. This is my response. I think in 2026, you should have all the streaming services. Or if you don't complain about not having the game. $20 a month at most. I'm a teacher, living a very middle income life. Maybe this is my problem, but I'm getting the streaming services and I'm watching the sports I want to watch. And you know what I don't have to do? Tweet about how angry I am. I can just watch the games and it's great.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it is pretty funny that you buy a service like the Mariners TV thinking like, yeah, this is set. I'm pretty set here.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be all the games. And then the first 4 games, half of them are on different
services. That's a good point. It is funny.
But like the Apple TV broadcast, I mean, if you already have I feel like people in my generation have most of the streaming services anyway. So like you don't have Apple TV for the Mariners, although I think we do. Like I love the Friday night broadcast, and
I do too. I think it's underrated. Like,
it's very it's a good. The production quality is great.
It's so crisp.
For the Friday night baseball.
The video is so good. Yeah.
Commentators leave a lot to be desired, although I didn't
mind him.
To who's
Dontrell Willis was good this Friday. I think he's fun.
Yeah.
I think he's fine.
And then Sunday Night Baseball on Peacock is a nice switch up from or in NBC from ESPN. And so, I mean, if you watch the Winter Olympics, you had Peacock. If you watch Traders, a great reality television show, you have Peacock. So or if you watch Sunday Night Football for this, NFL season, you have Peacock. Like
honestly,
have the service.
Kev, tell me if I'm wrong, but I've gotten like 7 emails that say you have Peacock for free for just like living in the world. Like they're just giving away Peacock.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have a phone? You have Peacock for free. Do you have Comcast? You have Peacock for free.
Yeah.
I've never.
I mean, this is what Comcast does, right?
But I don't even have Comcast, and I still get Peacock for free.
There you go.
I just got another email that said I have it for free. I don't even know why. So
yeah, they need to drive up the numbers for these Sunday night games.
They also have NBA too, and I think they're doing a good job. Actually, I thought Peacock was going to be gone into the stratosphere, atmosphere, whatever sphere.
Yeah,
and Jason
live.
Jason Benetti on Sunday Night Baseball is great. The Tirico group on Sunday Night Basketball is awesome. I think they do a good job. Their Olympics were fine. People like the Olympics, right?
Yeah. And this is the great thing about having a good baseball team. The country knows your team because they get featured on these national broadcasts. Like the Mariners are the trendy, this is a good team that's not usually a good team right now type of vibe. And so they're going to be on these national broadcasts throughout the season, and it's cool.
Right.
I'm loving it.
Yep.
So.
Okay, give me your leadoff.
Oh God.
Tell me about
Well,
what you
this is
think.
also baseball related, but the ABS system,
Yeah.
automatic balls and strikes, they brought this in for the 2026 season where to challenge a ball or a strike or ball call, the player that challenges has to just do a little head tap.
Yep.
This has spawned all these unintended consequences. The intended consequence was that, this will give a accurate, unbiased chance for teams and players to challenge balls and strikes calls they don't think are right. But no one really thought of like the entertainment value of the robot proving the umpire/referee wrong.
Yes, so good.
And I think the best clip that I saw was Eugenio Suarez for the Reds.
Yes.
CB Buckner, who's known to be one of the worst.
One of the worst.
One of the worst home plate umpires calling balls and strikes. Suarez was just, I think he had an 0-2 count. And so there's a pitch and Buckner did his whole like emphatic, like you're out. And then Suarez just tapped his head. And then this is the cool thing. They show on the Jumbotrons at the game.
It's great.
The ABS thing, and then on the telecast too, like, and then you can kind of see the animation of the ball hitting. And then like it's always like and then it will show if it's a ball or strike. And you can hear the roar of the crowd.
Yeah, it's great.
When Suarez gets it right.
So he got back-to-back pitches.
He got back-to-back, and the telecast was saying this was louder roars than like the home runs because it was so awesome. And for the Mariners, Arozarena, not this night, so we're recording on Monday night, but on Sunday, he got a called strike, and then full count, started walking down the baseline and tapped his head, and then taking off his pads like he was going to get a walk, and he was right.
He was right, and he was certain he was right.
Yeah.
CB Buckner missed 6 out of 8 challenges. And for people who aren't paying close attention yet, both teams get 2 challenges to start the game. All players. So I thought maybe they would give like each player gets 1 per game. Too hard to track. I get it.
Yeah.
1 per inning. I think the theory is that's too slow. I actually don't know if that would be too slow because it's so fast. That's one of the great things about the ABS is it's instantaneous. Unlike a play at second base where they can sit there, or Julio's catch 2 nights ago where they reviewed it for a good 4 to 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
ABS is like, it's up there. It's on the screen, and you're right. It's awesome live. It's so exciting. Tonight, the Yankees, they got their first 5 challenges in a row when Castillo was pitching, and they were 5 for 5. And Jose Caballero got it a couple times in 1 at bat because he has a great eye. And I think it's awesome. Like, there's a lot of sort of social media. This is not what they should have done. This is ruining the flow. All these things, like, no, it's not. Anytime we can become more accurate and not slow down the game significantly.
Yeah.
Right? Like NFL replay sometimes has this problem where it goes on forever and it slows down the momentum. Yeah. This doesn't. It's so fast. If you're the Yankees tonight, I mean, they didn't win, right? Great win for the Mariners. Caballero striking out versus walking or having an 0-2 count instead of a 1-1 count. I think it's great. The Mariners have been really interesting with it. They were kind of free and loose the first 2 games, and they wasted their 2 challenges. Like, they were really bad at it.
Yeah.
Cal in particular, not good.
Which is kind of ironic, right?
So
because
weird.
He's the one that sees it the most, right?
Then the last couple games, like, they weren't using it when they could. Like, Rivas struck out last night on Sunday night, and it was clearly a ball, and Rivas has a great eye, but I don't know if he's not allowed to use it. The team's like, nope, you're Leo Rivas, sorry. Wilson kind of said they're waiting till the end of game stuff in crucial spots to use it. It's a strategy for each team. It's totally fascinating to me.
Yeah. I like the idea that if you win, you keep your challenge.
It's awesome.
Which it makes sense, right? It's the idea that you shouldn't be penalized for correcting a wrong. But it's just fascinating how you could do what Suarez did and get 2 in a row, right? And Yeah, it adds just this whole new dimension to the game, and honestly, it's the best rule change. I don't know if it's like the most impactful rule change. Obviously, like the extra innings Ghost Runner's
Yep.
been something way
Yeah.
different. But it's just so cool. I love the fact that managers can now like tell an umpire how much they suck because they keep on getting calls
Oh,
wrong.
Aaron Boone was
And
killing the ump tonight. After
yeah.
the fifth one, he's just barking at him. And like, what can the ump say? Like,
Yeah, he's
it's
like, I'm
no
wrong.
longer like you're wrong, I'm right. Watch the tape. It's like
Yeah.
everybody knows you're wrong all the time, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do want to say like the human element of the umpire, like of course, like what they're doing is super hard. Like some of these
Yes.
ABS calls are like literally like this
Yeah.
much.
There was
right?
one that was under 0.1 inches off tonight. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can't blame them for being wrong. But it's so much fun. I love it. I can't wait to like see how. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be the same from stadium to stadium, but like just the roars of the crowd for ABS, like it's so cool.
It's great. I think you made a good point just a second ago, just to wrap up this conversation. But somebody was talking about the NBA, and you know they have a tanking problem right now, and it's kind of part of the expansion conversation. And Bill Simmons keeps talking on his podcast about expansion and whether should we have our hopes up or whatever. But the NBA has had some. They've been playing too many games. They have the 65 game rule in order to get all NBA. So like this year, there's going to be a bunch of great players who don't get all NBA because they haven't played 65 games. They have tanking issues. They have kind of they have some problems with their rules, right? And baseball has really done an excellent job. Like think about what they've done in the last 8 years or so. The pitch clock everyone freaked out about. It's amazing. It's cut down games by an hour to 30 minutes to an hour consistently. The bases being wider and the minimum throw or the maximum throws to first base as a pitcher has sped up the game and led to more steals, more action. That's awesome.
I have a theory.
Hold on. Then the last one, I'll listen to your theory. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then the one this year, ABS, like they're doing great rule changes to get the game more interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. My theory is the reason why the MLB is able to do this successfully is because they have the sandbox in the minor leagues to try these things out. And they have like spring training. I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's a synchronous aspect of this where the NFL's minor leagues is the college football. Yeah. And there's no like there's two different governing bodies, and there's like no governing body in college football, right?
But hold on, Kev. Yeah. But even the NFL has done this right. The kickoff rule is totally blowing. Like it's so different, right? Mm-hmm. And they could say it's player safety and whatever, but the kickoff rule is very interesting strategically. It's awesome, I think. They've done stuff with replay. It's really the NBA who the players must have too much power. It's the only thing I could think of. And that's what people have been saying about that league for a long time. Yeah. And by empowering the players so much, I mean, maybe that's good to a lot of people. They end up with never being able to change any rules, or they're afraid to, or whatever it is. But they have some stuff they need to address for sure.
I like the flopping thing, like is just it's so unwatchable at times. But that's for another day.
Let's talk about your Seattle Mariners, Kev.
Who just had a walk-off win. Cal Raleigh, pinch hit.
I got thoughts about Cal, but we'll save that for later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about reasons to be optimistic first, because I always go to the pessimism. Or should we go the other way around? What would you like to start with?
Let's start the vibes are so high for our podcast. We've been like, why don't we start positive before we bring people down? We can start out with my Brendan Donovan take. Like,
please
people don't listen. All right, I'm gonna go on my rant because I was the featured person in the clip that went viral this week about how Brendan Donovan.
What do you mean it went viral?
It had like 5,000 views on YouTube Shorts or something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
But
that's exciting.
Well, it's not exciting because people think I'm stupid because.
Oh, nice.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the point is that you told me I was wrong in the video, but then people were just like, they only watched 10 seconds and then said I had a horrible take. Like,
so they thought I was the smart one? That's why they recognized me?
Or they didn't even watch it because
they recognized me, though, because of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyways, Brendan Donovan is awesome.
He really is.
He's like tailor-made for the Mariners. He just doesn't need to hit home runs. He gets on base.
But he has 2, and they were both enormous.
They're huge home runs. And he's great on the field, too.
Yeah, I'll pause you there.
He could be better.
He had a bunt play 2 nights ago that was
I remember
sort of
that.
a train wreck. Tonight, he lost the ball in the lights, dropped. It was the only hit Castillo gave up. It was like a pop fly they just didn't catch. And then he had a pretty play that went off his glove that I feel like a Suarez makes in the 8th. It didn't hurt them tonight, but I think he'll be fine. He's not great at third base, I would say, and I'll wait for
it's not his strength.
I'll wait for a longer sample size and the metrics, right? Because there's such great metrics in baseball that give us some information. But as a hitter, I mean, Kev, it's what we were hoping. Like, the guy he doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play. He just gets hits left and right. The 2 home runs are really amazing. You know, the one obviously in the Cleveland game that broke it open on Sunday Night Baseball was huge. Yeah, Brendan Donovan's been great. I think we have to talk about Cole Young.
Yeah,
dude, it's very exciting to like have it kind of look like it might work.
And like you were hyping him up, and he's having a great March. Not even a great April, because it's not the month of April yet.
Yeah, which is also bananas about baseball right now. But I'm trying to get to his game log here because he on opening night it was rough. If I have this right, I'm gonna look at it right now. Yeah, he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he just looked like last year. Like they talked about this on Brock and Salk. Like the velocity's too much for him; he can't catch up to it or whatever. Then he has the huge home run in game 2, right? The big 3-run homer. Still has a strikeout, but that was enormous. 3 strikeouts in game 3. 1 hit though. He got a double. Then he had a hit on Sunday night. Looked good in a walk, and then tonight he was great. If I have it right, I think he had 3 hits tonight. 2, I think, off a lefty, which is really the concern, including, just a rip double down the line. His defense has been good. It's really, really exciting. It's exciting to think Cole Emerson hit a home run on opening night in AAA. Like maybe he can come up, but if you don't have to rush him, what a luxury, And if Cole Young's good,
What I like about the Cole Young situation is that if you think about a couple podcasts ago, we talked about like the biggest bust of Mariner prospects. And I feel like in a lot of those situations, the Mariners sucked. So there was like this expectation placed on these guys that like they needed to perform right away and perform well.
Yep.
And there wasn't really like a breaking in period, or there wasn't really good veterans or other guys in the lineup that would kind of divert attention away from it. And it's kind of funny because the guys that are supposed to be hitting well right now, or that usually hit well, are like not doing anything. And it's Cole Young that's performing pretty well, and a guy like Luke Raley, who we'll talk about. But I find it interesting that like it's kind of success feeds success, right? So now that the Mariners have a great lineup, they can kind of give some cushion for a guy like Cole Young to perform well and not feel pressure and play loose and hit loose and be able to not just get stuck in a cycle where they feel like they can't do anything right. So he can fight through a slump and be okay.
I think it's a great call, Kev.
Yeah.
I think this should go viral. That was a great call. You're right. Totally. I mean, there's so much pressure on Dustin Ackley, and even like a Nick Franklin back in the day, or whoever, fill in Justin Smoke, all these prospects. Julio's had that pressure for sure. Right. But Cole Young,
even with the pitchers too, like think about like there's so much depth now that like Emerson Hancock, right? Man. Like if he's good, then it gets awesome. But if he's bad, like no one's going to be upset.
Can we just transition into something we have to be optimistic about, and it's the rotation, right? So let me just you tweeted me, or I tweeted you, or we text the tweets to each other. Okay, Logan Gilbert opening night, 5 1/3 inning, 5 hits, 7 Ks, 3 earned runs. 2 of those runs came on an inherited. He had the runners on base, and Spire gave up a hit. So he could have been 1 earned run, right? Kirby the next night, 6 innings, 2 hits, 6 Ks, 1 run. There's the young. Next night, Brian Wu, 6 innings. Wu was awesome. 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. Hancock on Sunday Night Baseball, 6 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Filthy sweeper, great fastball location. And then, Kev, I was like, well, Aaron Judge is absolutely hitting a home run tonight because Luis Castillo is pitching. I apologize, Luis. 6 innings, 2 hits, 7 Ks. Castillo was awesome. He was throwing 96, 95, placing his slider. The rotation the first time through looks like the best rotation in baseball. Like it's not a contest.
So to that YouTube commenter that said that the Dodgers have the best rotation in baseball, take a step back, homie. We're good. The Mariners are good.
Okay.
By the way, Hancock. So I have all these takes that I'm thinking about, but like, I was like, Dan Wilson probably made the right decision in pulling him, even though he had a no-hitter going. He was at 95 pitches.
Of course,
it's March.
Made the right decision.
It was the right decision. But like sometimes I'm like, let it ride. So Sherman Alexie, like I post this opinion on Substack, not a post, just like a little like a note. It's called a Substack note. Sherman Alexie comments it, and he says, "Yeah, but no one's ever thrown a no-hitter in March." And I just looked it up, and I was like, "Okay, you're right." Like.
Because they've only started playing in March like 3 years ago, but yes.
Yeah, but it's a great point and it's freaking cold, right?
Yeah.
So I just shout out to Sherman Alexie, one of our readers.
Yeah.
Did I just say that?
You did.
Yeah. So
you did.
I'm totally on board with Emerson Hancock being pulled in 6 innings, even though he had a no-hitter and was pitching a gem. But sometimes I'm just like, just let it ride out.
I want to give you, this is interesting. The Mariners starter ERA is actually 6th in the major leagues right now. There's some teams with just filthy starting.
Do I need to step back?
No, it's just interesting. This was before tonight. So it'll drop again because they only give up. Actually, the starters didn't give up any runs, so it'll drop again. So they might be first tomorrow. But the Yankees had a .56 starter ERA before tonight, and their starter only gave up 1. So, but they're in the a sub 2.3 ERA for a starter is the first time through the rotation. Awesome.
Yeah. And we were worried about 4 and 5. We shouldn't be worried about it.
You got Bryce Miller coming back whenever, end of April. If Hancock, and if you follow fantasy baseball, it's the fantasy baseball experts are so great because they're such nerds about
stats.
And just like arm angle, release, downward movement, side to side movement, right? Swinging strike rate, all this stuff.
Man, you're deep in the weeds. Who do you read?
All kinds of guys, right? Because they'll say things like, okay, this was a great start, but I don't believe it because of this, right? I like people who use data as you do. So Hancock, they're all like, I'm in. You got to go pick them up on your fantasy team because they're noticing all the metrics are matching the performance. Maybe not to that degree, right? But they're like, this is theoretically believable at this point. Versus, there's a guy from the Royals who was good or whoever, and they're like, don't pick him up. So it's exciting. I mean, Hancock and Castillo's next starts will be in. I think they'll both be in. Hancock will be in L.A. and I think Castillo will be in Texas, if I have that right. Or maybe they're both in L.A. But it'll be interesting to see. The Mariners getting a win tonight was awesome because now they're 3-2 playing Cleveland, who's super good, going to be good at the end of the year, and the Yankees. Like that's a really hard way to start the year. They could be 5-0, like legitimately. They can't, and I guess they could be 2-3 if they lost tonight. But the 2 wins against Cleveland are pretty clear, 5-1 and 8-0. But they could have won the other 2 if the bullpen had been better, which is part of my pessimism to start. I talked about this on the pod. I think tonight helped me. Like Spire and Brash were good, but Munoz had a game where it wasn't great. Spire had a game where it wasn't great. Bizarro doesn't look great. Ferrer does not look great to start. It's kind of like maybe it's just the pessimist in me that is expecting the bullpen to suck. I don't know. Am I overreacting? Probably, right?
I think you're overreacting. I think the bullpen will be just fine. I think the season is long. We're not judging Julio and Cal.
Well, let's talk about that. Here's the other reason to be pessimistic. Julio, Cal, and Naylor. I mean, Kev, it's bad.
Yeah.
Cal, get the game-winning hit tonight. That was wonderful to see.
And Julio had a game-tying hit the night before.
Totally great. Cal has 17 at-bats and 11 strikeouts this year.
Yeah.
That's atrocious. That's really bad.
Do you think he's swinging for the fences?
He said in spring he didn't feel comfortable. So I don't think, I think he's just, if I go optimistic, he's just figuring it out. Like he just hasn't got his swing down where he wants it yet.
Yeah. So I think before they either Naylor, Julio, or Cal, I don't think we worry until like the end of April. And then you bring in Mr. Edgar Martinez and have him fix things, right? It's that simple. It is obviously isn't, but I think that's kind of like the anecdote, right? Like I don't think there is any other, like there's not much you can do. Like guys start slow.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of, don't viral clip me being worried about these guys. It's only been 4 games, but Cal's, the 11 strikeouts does worry me more than anything else.
Yeah.
Taylor doesn't look comfortable. Julio, I guess it worries you because he's always slow starter.
Yeah.
And we kind of had hope he wouldn't be this year, but it looks like he might be again.
It's not even April. Don't trip. We'll be good. We'll be good. The Mariners will be good. The top of the lineup will be fine.
All right. Do we have anything else to be pessimistic about? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm known to freak out one way or another about early season baseball.
Yeah. Partly
because I feel like if you get in a hole, it feels so hard to get out of. And I don't know if that historically is true, but if you're 6 games under 500 at the end of April, it feels like a huge climb. And maybe that's because the Astros were so good for so long that was true. But when they lost 2 out of the first 3 to Cleveland, I was a little nervous because the Mariners face Max Fried. By the time people listen to this, they'll be thinking about that. And then they face Cam Schlittler. Those guys are both nasty for the Yankees. So winning this first game and being 3-2, you leave the Yankee series at worst being 3-4. Love it. They're fine.
Yeah.
And then they can go to LA and Texas and be on the road in warmer climates, and it'll be great. So now I want to be greedy. I want to win one of the next 2 and be 4-3 going on the road. That would be excellent. So I do think the way the lineup is to this point, backing up my own point here, Kev, this is how podcasting really is good. They have a lineup that does better against better pitchers than they used to. And we know this from last year. Remember they had such a good record against the best pitchers?
Against Skubal, yeah.
Yeah, Skubal and all these guys, right? So I think they're more likely to be able to pull out a win against some of the better guys. So we'll see what happens this week. But it's awesome to have baseball back. It gives me, as I said, every day I'm in front of the TV for multiple hours. I don't know how anyone doesn't do it. It's the best.
You know what also is going to be back soon is the WNBA. Mm-hmm. We talked about the CBA last week, and now there's some details emerging on what actually is going to happen for the expansion draft.
Yeah.
And the first thing is that the Storm will be able to, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is right, will be able to protect players on their roster that are signed, and also players that are unrestricted free agents and that are still like on their roster for the time being.
Yes. So they set it to be you have to pick players from your end of 2025 roster. Mm-hmm. So they had to do that. We talked about this confusion last week because the whole league is a free agent and they haven't resolved it. And the expansion draft is going to take place on April 3rd, not February 3rd, which is this Friday. I do think it's hilarious that they have rounds, Kev. So they have a round 1 and a round 2, just so everybody understands what that means. There are 2 teams in the expansion draft, Toronto and Portland. This is round 1. Ready? There are 12 picks in round 1. It goes Portland, Toronto, Portland, Toronto, Portland, Toronto, Portland, Toronto. Why they call it round 1 when they just have alternating picks for 12 is the weirdest thing to me. But there are some rules around if Portland picks a Storm player in round, they cannot pick a Storm player until round 2. But Toronto could. And once you have 2 players selected, your team is off limits. And whether that's 2 from the same team or different teams, you're good. You can protect 5 players. They have not released who. Everyone has submitted their list apparently, but they have not. The league has not said what the list consists of. So Who do you think the Storm are protecting?
Definitely Malonga. I think I saw a picture of Skylar Diggins and wait, is Noah Quinn, is she still the coach? I can't remember if she got fired.
She got fired. Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't matter that Diggins was seen pictured with her.
No.
I think they keep Diggins. I think Diggins stays because she's a vet. I think you also tag Gabby Williams.
Yep.
And you tag NECA. So we're at 4. And then I think your 5th is Brittany Sykes.
Okay.
As another experience, right?
You just stole the one you just saw on ESPN, didn't you?
Actually, no.
Oh. Different prognosticators have different lists. That might have been USA Today.
I have a different source. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a great Substack called Her Hoop Stats, and they thought it would be Malunga, Gabby Williams, and Skylar. So those 3 are the same, but they thought they'd protect Ezzy Magabor and then Jordan Horston, who's coming off injury. I think most people have projected Malunga and Horston to be the 2 they protect most likely.
Is Horston a second? Sorry, you might have said it, second year.
She would have been in her 3rd, I want to say, but she missed the whole year last year. Right. So she had great strides early in her career, really good defensive player, better offense than she did in her first year. I don't think Jordan Horston's probably going to make an all-star team, but she's the kind of wing that you need to go guard good guards, and she's young, and they have her under contract already, so you don't have to negotiate, right? So you're protecting people under contract. Malonga and Horston are under contract. I think Gabby Williams likely would want to stay here, and I think you have to protect her. Skylar's an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know what they'll want to do.
The thing about Skylar is I don't know, and it's just so hard because everyone's a free agent. But I almost want to say and maybe this is a bad argument because you could say this for a lot of players, but where besides Seattle does she fit? Right. And I
mean, she would fit anywhere. She's a really good point guard.
But I think it helps to have her veteran presence at point guard when you're building around Dominique Malonga, right? Or you should be. And so you want the backcourt to be as experienced as possible.
I think the counter to that would be you have the number 3 pick in the draft, and probably Olivia Miles is available, who she might be the best passing college player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She's incredible passing the ball. I really have done a 180 since I last texted you about her in the UW game.
Did you watch the game tonight?
I did not.
Okay. I didn't either, but I kind of just hate I don't love her demeanor on the court.
Yeah, she has some body language things. She has some effort things that are tough to watch.
She threw her old team under the bus after she transferred.
Oh, here it comes. This is the Notre Dame love that you have. This is where
bias.
It comes from. Your Notre Dame bias.
No.
I'm not totally convinced on her, but I watched them play in the Sweet 16 game, and I've never seen a college player pass like this. I mean, she's unbelievable. You can't it defeats the purpose of having Olivia Miles and turning over your team to her or whoever as a young guard if you have Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar Diggins-Smith, or Skylar Diggins, I guess she goes by now, is a wonderful point guard, really good. She doesn't work well with a young guard. It's not a good combo for them. So I don't think it depends on what direction they want to go. If they're gonna keep Diggins, they should protect NECA also.
Yeah.
Because just stay veteran, right? And then hope Malonga comes along. I would not protect Ezzy if you want to turn it over to Malonga. You got to give her more minutes and let her go. I have a feeling, and I kind of am hoping they go young. And so I'm fine with Brittany Sykes. I definitely want to keep Gabby. I think you could build around Malunga, Gabby, and the number 3 pick and have something interesting. And they wouldn't be great next year, but
it doesn't sound like a playoff team to me.
But they went to the playoffs and lose in the first round. Who cares, right? You got to build around a guard in Malunga as a core who can. This is a terrible comparison, but be Bird and Jackson. I mean, those are Hall of Famers, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see them go young. So I'll be really interested to see what they do. I also like Portland and Toronto. It doesn't necessarily mean they would draft NECA or Skylar, especially if they know they're not going to sign there, which I'm sure they could talk to the agents and they're like, we're not going there. Like, I don't know if Skylar's like, yeah, let me go to Toronto. Like, she probably isn't at her age, right? She's probably like, I want to go to stay in Seattle, or I'll go be, New York's point guard or somebody like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with them. We'll know next week. We'll know who they lost and who they don't have, and then maybe even free agents will start signing, and we can talk about who the Storm have on their team.
I wonder if there's some tampering happening right now.
For sure there is.
Yeah.
Absolutely there's tampering. Yeah.
I saw the next thing on our agenda.
Yeah. How'd you react to it?
In my head, like, do you know who Hillary Duff is?
Of course I do.
Okay. Have you heard of the show Laguna Beach? Okay, do you know the title song? It's like "Let the Rain Fall Down."
Oh, by Natasha Bedingfield?
No. Wait. No, that one's by Hillary.
Banger.
No. That's by Hillary Duff.
No, the one I'm talking about is not Hillary Duff.
So I think you're thinking of the sequel to Laguna Beach.
I'm definitely not thinking about the sequel to Laguna Beach.
Yeah, which is called The Hills, and that uses Unwritten as its title track.
Okay, I'm looking at the full lyrics to the Hillary Duff song called Come Clean.
Yeah.
And it does talk about Let the Rain Fall Down. Yeah. I asked you because your tone was so terrible that I couldn't tell what the tone of the song was.
Yeah.
And I thought you were talking about a different song.
No. I just saw Seattle Rain, and then I thought, the storm, the rain, and then my mind went to that Come Clean song.
Yeah,
anyways.
That's great.
Anyways, let's move to the Seattle Rain. Yeah. They're experiencing some early season success. I need to pull up their record here. Do you have it in front of me? I don't have it.
Kev, they're tied for first place. I mean, it's tricky because it's early.
Yeah.
But they have 9 points, and they're tied for the lead in the NWSL. And it's pretty surprising. They traded Jordan Heidema, who, never mind. I was going to say, I was going to get into the Julio Heidema thing. I don't think I need to. Heidema's gone. She's in Chicago. Lynn Biondolo is on maternity leave, or she's pregnant. She hasn't had her baby yet. So they're kind of rolling out, do they have enough talent? I mean, I saw this NWSL blogger who seemed like they really knew what they were talking about. They had the Rain at the bottom of the table. They're just like, I don't see it. They don't score enough goals. Last year was fluky because they went to the playoffs. They finished in the top 6, but their goal differential was so low. It's like run differential in baseball. Are you really good if you're making the playoffs with a negative run differential in baseball, right? Same thing with soccer. Well, they've kind of flipped it. Like, they beat Kansas City, who's really good. They beat Louisville. They're not even playing in Seattle. They're playing their freaking games in Spokane, which I've talked about on this podcast. They've won 3 out of their 4 games, and they've got some players really playing well that are surprising.
How good is Claudia Dickey?
She's really good. Like, she's in the national team mix as a keeper, Kev. Like, that's a pretty big deal. There's a couple of websites, and I don't know how great they are, but sofascore.com does a rating system for games and for players, which is helpful because my eye test doesn't really tell me anything about soccer. And they got Dickey as the second best keeper so far this year in the NWSL.
Is it like the PFF for?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's just probably not as well funded, and maybe it's not as great yet. And there's probably some other. Yeah, go ahead.
Not too quick there, because PFF got bought out and laid off a bunch of writers.
Yeah,
sad.
Who knows if they're any good? But Dickey's good. She's really good. Their defense is excellent. Sofia Huerta is having an amazing season so far. It's not just her, but she's probably the standout among, again, with the scoring system here. She's really at the top of the Rain, but they also have Madison Curry's having a good year to start. Sam Meza is the holding midfielder, or Meza, I think is how she says it. They're really right there. I don't know if they can keep it up, but they're scoring goals at a rate that is better than last year. And Maddie Mercado is a young player up top who's been a big part of that. So they just have some good vibes right now. And I think people should pay attention. That's what I want to say about that.
I mean, it's just hard when all our teams are so good, right? Like the Kraken are in the playoff push too.
Yeah, I know. It's a great time to be a Seattle sports fan. It's really good. Kev, the Rainer
So
tied
are
for
we
second.
close?
Hold on, real
Yeah.
quick. The Rainer tied for
Yeah.
the second most goals in the league. They've played one more game than some other teams, but they have 7 goals on the season. So they're scoring goals, which they didn't do last year. So we'll see if they can keep it up. A team that sometimes scores.
Let's end on the Kraken. I mean, so they're in the playoff push. Could you just give me some context of what needs to happen and why they're here and potentially in the playoffs?
So I don't know if they are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So if you go to ESPN, they say they have a 5% chance to make the playoffs. If you go to another site, it says almost 40% chance. So hockey prognosticators cannot agree on what's happening here. Here's the real life scenario, right? Because sometimes the AI models or, whatever it is that's trying to project is based on human beings doing things that are predictable, and sports are awesome because they're unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we love it. So the Kraken are 2 points out of a playoff spot behind Nashville. So Nashville has 77 points. The Kraken have 75 points. The Kings have 76. The Sharks have 75. The Winnipeg Jets at 74. It's a big cluster, right? But Nashville has played 2 more games than the Kraken, and they're 2 points ahead. So the Kraken do have a shot, and they made a trade for Bobby McMahon, and they've got this young player whose first name is Oliver, who I can't pronounce his last name, who came up. I think he might be Finnish, and he's like 20, and he's now playing. They kind of went youth movement. They're just so inconsistent, so you can't ever really predict what's going on with the Kraken. But I think for people who are kind of like casual fans, it's time to sort of pay attention. There's 9 games left for them. They don't play Nashville, but they play a bunch of good teams, which is why people don't predict them to make the playoffs, because they play 2 good of teams. But if they can rack up some points, it sure would be fun to have a playoff series in April. Don't you think? I mean, just let's add that to the list of Seattle fun parts. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So they're kind of at that point of the season where every game, if they don't get points, it's like, well, this might be it. Like, will they get points in all 9 games? Probably not.
Did you see the argument that the Holloway group shouldn't own the Sonics because the Kraken aren't good yet?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Which I think is dumb because it's just hard if you're an expansion team, and it'll be different if it's the Sonics.
The Sonics will be bad also. Like, they'll be a bad expansion team for a while if they come.
But that's okay.
It's okay. The Holloway group has not been bad owners. The concept that they're bad because the team has not been good is silly. Like, go to a Climate Pledge arena. It's fantastic. The experience is fantastic. There's a hard cap in the NHL, and they've signed people to contracts that they probably shouldn't even sign people to, so they're willing to spend money. They fired 2 coaches already. Like, what do you want in the first 4 seasons other than winning, which I get. We all want that. The reason they're not winning is that they've had 2 top 5 pick who have not turned out to be stars. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like if you draft Greg Oden and he gets hurt instead of Kevin Durant. It sucks. Like, it's just not going to happen. So the Holloway group should be the owners of the Sonics. That's what I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. Ready for top 5?
Let's do it. Top 5.
Want me to go first? I can go first.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
By the way, did you see, just super random, I don't know how this stuff comes up, but like Kevin Pelton also has a podcast called the Pelton Cast.
Yeah,
but
he used to be a Blazers beat writer.
The Portland Fire hired him, one of the WNBA expansion teams, to be in the front office.
I know. I'm waiting for my call. I feel like I heard, are you the guy from C-Town Sports? That's what they're going to say.
I mean, does the Pelton Cast, my main question is whether the Pelton Cast continues, because they're our main competition.
That's fair.
And, there'll be a bunch of listeners that are like, we need analysis about all of the Seattle sports teams. Where do I go?
Yeah, that's true.
We have the guy from C-Town Sports. Okay.
I'm available to switch careers, Mariners, if you'd like me. Or Sonics.
Top 5. Okay, so I went with the Mariners. And what I have in front of me are the most strikeouts in a single game list for the Seattle Mariners in franchise history.
For a pitcher?
For pitcher.
Okay.
So this will be like past ones where you'll have to name 5 different names, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all 5 names are in the top 5. I want you to name all top 5, or else it's going to get boring, because one guy has 4 of the 5 spots.
So you want me to go beyond the top 5? You want me to
I want
give you
to
the top
name
5 names?
5 names with the most strikeouts in a single game.
I'm excited.
For the in Mariners history. So have at it.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson owns 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 through 21 and 25 of the most strikeouts in a single game.
And the top one is 19 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And that was against the Oakland A's in the Kingdom.
Yeah. Can you do the month?
90. McGuire hit a home run off the back wall of the Kingdom, which is the most majestic home run that's ever been hit in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's like 98?
97. You know what's nuts? They lost that game.
I know.
He went 9 innings, complete game, 19 strikeouts. Yep. You know what's crazier? That wasn't his only 19 strikeout game that season.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that
So
part.
in August, he had 19 and a complete game shutout against the White Sox.
That's awesome. Complete game shutout with 19 strikeouts. Come on.
Yeah.
I should remember that one more. But
and then they traded him the next season. They traded him.
He got grumpy. And then they got a decent return, but he also went on and was absolutely amazing for the Diamondbacks. So Mariners probably win the World Series if they stays in Seattle.
So he had a pair of 19 strikeout games. Do you want me to tell you do you want a little more Randy Johnson, or are we done?
No,
because I could tell you.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Mark Langston.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mark Langston. Can you give me the amount?
I feel like Langston had a big one. Did he ever have an 18?
No, he didn't.
14?
But he had 16.
Okay, 16. Yeah. George Kirby's on that list, I'm pretty sure.
2, 3, 4. You know, he's number 6.
Really? Didn't he have a huge game last year?
He did.
Was it last year? This is number 6 on there? Okay.
He had 2 last year. He had 2 14 strikeout games last year.
Okay, so it's above 14. Wow. Okay.
Against the Angels got him twice. He 14K'd the Angels 2 times. In September last year, he had a 6-inning 14 strikeout game.
Yes, that's the one I remember. It was absurd.
That's when they were like on fire. So he's just
Langston and Randy. I think I got to go Felix.
Felix. Yeah, he had a 15 strikeout game against the Rays in 2014, which wasn't his perfect game.
Yeah.
But it was a 7-inning gem.
Wow, really good against the Rays, huh? Felix Hernandez.
Yeah. So you've got 1, 2.
I got 2 left that I got to get.
Yeah.
And this is going to be hard. Is it unfair to ask for years?
No, I don't think it is. Okay. So number 4, this pitcher pitched in 2018.
It's a lot of strikeouts in 2018. 2018. Let me think.
Do you want a hint?
I have some thoughts of who it could be, but I'm not good at like remembering if it was 18 or 16. Sure, give me a hint.
Yeah. He played for both teams that played tonight.
I was gonna say Michael Pineda.
No.
Oh wow! It's James Paxton, isn't it?
Yeah, it's James Paxton.
I had Michael Pineda in my mind because he was so nasty for like a very brief moment.
He had 16 strikeouts against the A's May 2nd, 2018.
That's a good one.
He went 7 innings.
Okay, give me the year of the other one, even though I already lost.
1988. And you know that you already said
Mark Langston. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's someone else.
Is it Brian Holman?
No. It's Mike Moore.
Mike Moore. Yeah, he's like 3rd all time in strikeouts in Mariners history.
He had 16 strikeouts against the Yankees. Complete game.
Wow, the Yankees really suck against us. This is great.
That was in August. Yeah.
That's a good top 5. I like that. That's a good one, Kev.
It was hard. What's crazy is that Felix is only on the list once.
He was a huge strikeout pitcher collectively over the year because he pitched so many innings, but he wasn't like a peak 1-game strikeout guy.
It's like the difference between Hank Aaron and like Eugenio Suarez, right?
That's the only difference, yes.
Like Suarez hits like 40 bombs, but every year it seems like, it's like Hank Aaron, though, just did it over a long period of time.
I really hope Cal hits like 40 plus this year because I was looking at Giancarlo Stanton's numbers over his career as I was talking to
Yeah,
Felix about him.
sad.
He had a 59 homer year, but every other year he's like below 40.
Yeah.
Which
is
makes you
still not
wonder,
bad,
about that year, right? But like that's where I'm like, if Cal hits like 30 all these other years, I feel like he's going to get more and more discredited for his one outlier year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Anyway,
a good point.
I don't want to freak out after 4 games. That's been the theme of the podcast. All right, my top 5, going back to the Storm and their unprotected list and all that. I just thought, let's get our minds in basketball again, Kevin. Why don't you give me the top 5 players in Storm history points per game?
Okay, Lauren Jackson.
Lauren Jackson is number 2.
Sue Bird.
Sue Bird is not. She's 12th. She's not a big scorer. That's one
Makes
strike.
Sense. Jewel Lloyd.
Jewel Lloyd is number 4. Yes. You're forgetting one you should get.
Breanna Stewart.
Yes, she's number 1. Averaged 20.3 points per game in his career for the Storm. It's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
So you have 2 more you have to get.
There's someone before Jewel Lloyd, and it's going to kill me. The name is at the tip of my tongue.
There is a name we've talked about before.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you whether it's her or not. So.
I kind of just want to say Skylar Diggins.
Number 5.
Oh, yes.
I thought that was really interesting when we talk about this protected list.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting that she's number 5 all time in points per game. She's number 1 in assists per game in Storm history. How about that?
So I just need one more, right?
You do. You got one strike and you need one more.
Oh, man. Who was on this team before Jewel Lloyd that played with Sue Bird and played with Breanna Stewart?
Yeah, there was a player. She was an all-star. Yeah, she was good.
I don't know.
Well,
it's not gonna
I think you're thinking of Swin Cash.
Yes, that's who I'm thinking, but
she's
not on
number
there.
8.
Oh.
So the third all-time in Storm history is Nneka Ogwumike.
Oh, right in front of my eyes.
So now, in fairness, Nneka and Skylar only played 2 years in Seattle, right? But they're both in the top 5 all-time in average points per game in Storm history. I think that's really interesting when we think about their legacy and what they didn't win any championships. They barely won any playoff games, but they're certainly going to go down as 2 of the best Storm players ever.
All time. Yeah.
And then if you look at the list, right, obviously you don't have it in front of you, but like number 6 all time is Natasha Howard. She's been a really good pro other places. She only played 3 years in Seattle. Swin Cash only played 4. Brittany Sykes is actually number 11 all time, which is funny. Gabby's number 18. They haven't been a franchise that long, and they had so many, or like 4 core players for so long, that Skylar and Nneka will be in they're in the pantheon of all-time Storm players already. So we'll see if either of them is on the team after this week. That'll be a really interesting development. We'll see if the Mariners can have a winning record, if Cal stops striking out.
By the way, the Sonics vote passed. If you were watching,
did we not talk about that? I felt like we talked about that. Yeah, we did. We talked about that last week, didn't we? No,
we talked about it before it happened.
Okay, all right,
and then it happened.
Yeah, we know nothing. We just it's what it was expected.
Yeah,
we'll find out if anything really comes about.
Yeah. So see everyone next week.
Yeah, we'll be talking about another Emerson Hancock gem.
Yeah, and another celebrity sighting of the C-Town sports guy. I love it. I'm so glad it happened. See everyone next week.
Holler at your boy in the streets.